Alright guys, today we have another sketchbook tour, except this one is extra special. This is a massive sketchbook. And I'm going to share you guys a little something for comparison, alright? So this is the first sketchbook I showed you guys. And this is the other one that we're going to be flipping through today. We're going to flip through as much as I can in one session, and then we're probably going to make this into a series. Flipping through my giant sketchbook. Look how big this is. Let's get into it. Alright. So right off the bat, on this spread, we have all the JoJo's. I was gonna put something else way over here, but I ended up just painting it black. We have fan art. And this one's kind of cool. So I made this one like a puzzle piece. It's also just fan art. Here's Cacuine licking a cherry. More fan art. Some doodles. Fan art. An OC I made. So here we have full body. Side profile. That one did not turn out good. I put her ears way too high. Some expressions going on. This one's kind of cool. That one could have been better. Yeah, the date. 2021. And then for this one, we got a big doodle spread and some original concepts. Well, at least somewhat original for me. This one I turned into a painting. I drew a bunch of skulls and squares. I ended up making that a bookmarker forever ago. We have a dragon. And then a crying plant guy who's bleeding. This one's really sick. I love this one. I got another OC. Again, bleeding. Can you tell I was an edgy goth drawing this? So a little bit of fan art and some original drawings. Like that's an original drawing of mine. And then this one I drew when I was 12 years old. That was one of my better ones. When I was that age. A little landscape painting. These ones are very light. I drew them with a very cheap color pencil. I also glued some fortune cookies, but this one was a request page. I let friends pick what I drew. This one was for a Discord art thing that I did forever ago. I was trying to go for realism. And then I was drawing a house and some interior and a church. I ended up getting really sick, so I just quit right after this. I threw some stickers and stuff. I thought this one was really cool. So I was going to try to go through all of Inktober with just a pen. And then that one. Honorable mention to the little ghosties. Some more fan art. Fan art. My Hero Academia. My brother drew that one. This was a practice page. I was just going in with pen. And of course we got grabbing booty. Got butts. Because how are you gonna learn drawing butts if you don't draw booty? Here I drew a lot of faces and then memes and crappy writing. I was trying to make a good spread with this one, and I really like this. We got a dream catcher, we got some demons. That one I ended up turning into a painting, and I wasn't really, I didn't really like how that painting turned out. And then this was the drawing for the cover that you saw earlier. More fan art, but this one's pretty cool in my opinion. It's all based off of Junji Ito, and it's a little bit interactive. Because this comes out. And this opens a little envelope. So yeah, this one's Edward Scissorhands. And then here we got a bunch of ravens. I scribbled all over it in pen. We have the Queen of Hearts. Nothing's on the other side. We got another practice run of hands and feet. I wanted to use my colored ink pens, so I just practiced with them. More fan art. More fan art. My brother drew these three, and then I drew the others. I drew the Killer Queen. More fan art. Fan art. This one I was mainly going for coloring, which I really like how that shading with that blue ink pen turned out. Fan art, watercolor bugs, original faces. Original character, demons, Again, Edgy Goth, Chainsaw Man, Poochie, my cat, or at least was my cat. We had to give him away last year. Oh, yeah, that was my boy. And these are his little paw prints, and that's the bow from his first collar. My mom drew this whole page, and my brother drew this page. Original art. Other than those. More fan art. Picasso. A peacock and a froggy. Original art. Original. And then drawing someone else's OC. Painting concept. I actually ended up making this into a blacklight painting, which is really cool. I like it. I like this one as the watercolor variation, but the other one is cooler only with the black light on. Practice. And then everything red. I ended up covering it up in a way that I couldn't open it properly. Practice runs in different styles. Rick and Morty. Obviously not original. Fan art. I definitely followed references for this entire thing. And then we have zombies under here. Actually, let me get a better look at those zombies. Yeah. Original art. He's impaled, but it turned out really cool. Yeah, more OCs. Christmas ornaments that I ended up painting. Lions. My brother drew that. Fan art. Okay. So I was watching a lot of JoJo's at the time, and I was trying to make an OC based off of the style in a way, but he ended up just turning into a gay cowboy.
In a pair of tight blue jeans, Lord have mercy, it's a fact. Nothing beats a cowboy's ass, and that's the righteous track.
More OCs. I put a lot of work into this one. Loved how it turned out. I like how I went with the white pen. Fan art underneath. Other than those two, that's fan art. More JoJo's. Okay, we got horses, a Christmas card that I got. Original. Why is it so hot? We got One Piece. I did all of this with oil pastels. Okay, so this is the end of part one of the massive sketchbook tour. So if you enjoyed it, then I hope you stick around for part two. Bye, guys.
Yeah, the righteous track. Put that thing in park, boy. Yeah.